Did you know Hui's Imperial City, Vietnam's sacred landmark, was almost totally destroyed during the war? But as of 2025, the entire citadel, with all of its palaces, gardens, and really intricate art, has almost been completely rebuilt. I'm the guy who takes you past the surface of where you travel so you know a little bit more about the places you visit. Let me tell you the story. It's the Vietnam War, or American War, and Hue has a bit of a problem. It's uncomfortably near the front line of the conflict. But it's fine. Nothing's gonna happen to South Vietnam's third biggest city. Besides, the Americans have just joined the conflict, and they've just put up this super high-tech barrier of electric sensors, minefields, barbed wire, and they say it's completely impenetrable. The whole war is frozen, and the people of Hue can live their lives without any fear. But then, something unimaginable happens. It's Tet, Vietnam's New Year, and South Vietnam, America, North Vietnam have agreed on this temporary ceasefire for everyone to celebrate the holiday. So, no fighting. It's a chance for everyone to rest. But then, boom, on the night of the holiday, North Vietnam launches a massive attack. They break the McNamara line, and they almost completely overrun the city of Khe Sanh. Hoi An, Da Nang all get attacked. They even capture the American embassy in Saigon, and a huge televised standoff happens there. That is just a massive embarrassment for the Americans. This is how determined the North Vietnamese are. They're going to do absolutely everything to win the war. But the biggest push is in Hue. 7,000 soldiers descend on the city, and they're pushing hard, fighting building to building, room by room. From January to March, the Imperial City becomes the home of Vietnam's most destructive battle. But the South and the US aren't going to let this go lightly. Oh, no. See, there was an agreement that the US would not bomb any parts of the Imperial City, but they're going to recapture the city at any cost. As they get more desperate, they decide to relentlessly bomb Hue until North Vietnam retreats. And in the wake of the battle, unfortunately, only 10 of the 160 historical buildings are still there. But Hue's story doesn't end there. 20 years later, the Cold War is over. Vietnam's reunited, and they're determined to rebuild Hue. In 1993, Hue actually becomes a UNESCO World Heritage Site. A couple years later, Vietnam launches a $30 million project to rebuild 80 buildings that were destroyed. And then they later expand with an eye-watering $2.3 trillion dong plan to rebuild another 170 structures. I actually did a little comparison of then and now to see the restoration. Honestly, I don't have much to show for it because I dropped my hard drive and literally lost all of my videos. But this was no mean feat. These buildings have really intricate designs, entire rooms covered wall to wall in poetry. It took years of going through handwritten archives and digital mapping to perfect. This was one of the hardest restorations of anywhere in history. And today, Hue Imperial City is almost completely rebuilt, not as a symbol of imperial power, but one of resilience. And that is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life.